Welcome inside episode 36 of On the Board. I'm Colby McKee. Across from me, Lance Stahl.
Hello. Hey.
Good evening to you.
What's up?
What's going on? Across from him, Cory Bukoskis.
Hey.
Hey, man.
Hey, Cory.
Hey, what's up?
I'm across from you.
Welcome to episode 36. If you are unaware, we're also on YouTube now.
YouTube.
So this is week 3 of us being on the old interwebs.
On the YouTube.
A video. Yeah, got some cameras. So if that tickles your fancy, head over there to our YouTube page and listen along and watch. Apparently that's a thing. So we're going to dive into it. Got a busy show tonight. Let's start with Monahan Tigers. They had a 3-game week in which they went 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 overtime loss. Let's start with the loss on Tuesday. 4-3 against the Prince Albert Raiders. Tough way to lose, giving up that game-tying goal with about 7 seconds left in the game. Very tough way to go, and then they lose in overtime. Let's get our, initial thoughts on the Tuesday game and the performance of the Tigers in that one.
Wednesday game.
Oh, that's right. It was a rare Wednesday.
Tuesday coming up.
Gosh.
Tuesday coming up.
I even have it down here, rare Wednesday game.
Yeah, twice.
But there is a Tuesday coming up.
That's right. Okay, so Wednesday.
In any case.
Sorry.
Oof. Big oof.
Big oof.
Yep. I don't know. I don't know.
How's the defensive efforts?
Clearly not very good.
Defensive, very defensive.
Yeah.
Garen struggled.
Yeah, you got the start.
He was fighting it.
Right.
And it was funny. I was talking to a couple people. It's just like, this is what you're going to get with a young goaltender still finding their way throughout the league. You're going to get games where, Garen can pull out a 40-save shutout. You're going to get games where Garen's just fighting it, and that's going to just kind of be the run for now. But yeah, it just can't happen. I mean, that was just in the fashion it happened in. Like, just give up the goal with 7 seconds left, and then 5 seconds into overtime, 8 seconds I think it was.
All happened so quick.
It did. It did happen very fast. It's just unlucky.
I a little bit agree with you with the 17-year-old goalie, but I think that's too much to give to him. He was a first-round pick. I just don't know if that's the greatest excuse. Like, he's a great goalie. He's just going to have rough times, but I don't know. I mean, you look at, there's some 17-year-olds in the league there's some 17-year-old goalies in the league that are solid.
I just don't know how many come with the reputation that Garen had. Like, he's been hyped before he even got here.
Yeah.
So I think part of it's just he's kind of living in a different world compared to most 17-year-olds in the WHL, especially as a goaltender.
Yeah.
He's in a different world altogether, I think, being such a high pick in the Bantam draft. And
we also know, though, the way he started this season was not necessarily going to continue throughout the rest of this regular season.
And that's probably part of it,
It's a long grind. It's his very first official full season in the Dub, and it's not only, physically exhausting, but mentally with school and everything like that. So there's a lot that goes into it, and his play obviously has not been up to par like what we expected in the beginning of the season. But a little bit of regression is probably normal, and we just hope he can find it in this last, like you said, 16, 18 games left in the regular season, and hopefully provide some decent backup to Mads when we get to playoff time.
But I'm with you. I'm done with excuses for the goaltending.
Right.
Neither one has a save percentage over 900.
Yeah.
That's not good. This is the last thing we thought was going to happen with this team this year.
Yeah.
When the season started, we figured, well, if nothing else, they have good goaltending.
Yeah.
We talked about it every episode. Yeah.
That's just not happening.
I don't want to be too hard on Garen because, like you said, he is 17. He's still got a lot of room to grow.
Yep.
But I don't think the Prince Albert game was his fault, though. You're literally 7 seconds away from 2 goals against.
Yeah.
And we're calling it a good game, probably over 900 save percentage, right? It just happened so fast. There was a defensive lapse on both goals. We had the puck in their end with 15 seconds left, and we were going for the empty net goal as opposed to just keeping the puck down there. And all of a sudden it was in our net. And I think the assistant coach Ryan Smith, that's what he said in the scrum after the game, was he was just most upset that we had the game, we had the puck in their end, but we got a little bit selfish and walked away with only 1 point.
Game
But I guess
over.
that's also junior hockey to an extent, because it's you think, I would assume the mentality at that point is, okay, let's just finish it in the empty net and the game's over. instead of pinning the puck. So like I get that to an extent, because it's like, yeah, it's killing off the clock and just trying to hold the puck in their end's great, but if the same result happens when they're trying to just kill the 15 seconds and they get scored on anyway, well then we're like, well, why didn't they shoot at the empty net? Why didn't they try and score?
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. It's just, it only comes up when you give up a goal with 7 seconds left.
Yeah.
It's the only time it comes up. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, they played a really good 59 and 53 seconds.
Right.
Like, they
But,
played really good.
Let's call a spade a spade. I mean, like, Sveikovsky's out, Sillinger's out.
Yep.
Brown was out. You know, Baxter Anderson was on the first line.
That's
and we
right.
took the defending WHL champions into overtime, right? Like, it was a tough game to start with. And we pulled out a point. Like, I know it doesn't look like that with the end result, but
No.
like, we did get a point. Got 7 points out of 8 against one of the best teams in junior hockey right now. So.
And you mean, talk about the guys that were out, opened up opportunities for guys like Nick Meharry. We've been talking about him the last couple of weeks. Potts 2 goals there on Wednesday. I was going to say Tuesday again, but I mean, we've been talking about just him getting some opportunity, and even in a third line role, he produced very well there.
They were 2 nice goals too. Like, those were 2 tough goals to score. Both were just deflections where he was skating towards the net and just kind of redirected the puck.
Wow.
But like, just to have the spatial recognition to like know whereabouts, because when you're looking behind you, you obviously don't see the net because you're looking for where the pass is coming from. To be able to like tip 2 of those home is like that's a big step. And I keep saying, like, I think Nick Meharry is a guy that can be unlocked. Like, he has so much offensive talent, it's just a matter of getting it out. I didn't think it would happen like in the way that's happened lately. Like, I thought he would like need a run with like a Hamlin or something for a little bit to kind of like get that momentum going, but he's finding it with Lochner and McNabb right now.
Yeah.
We were talking about it off mic. Do you want to bring it up?
Which part?
The third line being arguably the best line in the last couple of weeks.
Add a little bit to that, his spatial awareness, right, is that the 2 tip goals, I mean, there were 2 different spots. They were, he went 5-hole with one, and then one, like, to the right of Paddock's pad. Paddock's pad. The pad.
Double P.
Sounds like a really bad like Netflix show.
Paddock's
Welcome inside Paddock's Pad.
Docu-series.
That'd be
renaming
nice.
our pod.
That'd be nice.
Paddock's Pad Pod.
Well, that's a great idea for a podcast.
Maybe. Yeah, we were talking off. I was just saying like how good the third line has been, and they've almost been our top line or our best line over the past couple weeks. Yeah, our first line's been good. Our second line has kind of hit a little bit of a rut with trying to work in Brinkman there, and you know they just haven't quite found the chemistry or what's working yet. But that third line has been really consistent.
Yeah.
Their plus minus has been really good, so they're keeping the puck out of the net.
Been good lately, we should say.
Yeah, but they finally. I mean, I feel like our third line has had a lot of rotation over the last few months, and we haven't found anything that's worked consistently. But now maybe we have.
And who knows? I mean, talk about a guy like Elijah Brown potentially getting back into the mix here in the next few games, let's say, could definitely add to this forward depth that we desperately need, because Sillinger, like you said, he's out for a good amount of time still. Sveikovsky was sick there on Wednesday, but he came back in the lineup. But everybody helps, and having that consistency though on the third line would definitely help guys like Meharry and Lochner and such. So good to see though. Friday's game, very entertaining, 3-2 overtime win. So we actually win one in overtime. Come back from 2 down. Kemp scores the OT winner, and we get away with 2 points there against the Wheat Kings.
That was the first game they beat Brandon this year, I think.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like the reverse of what happened to us against Prince Albert.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we were down, scored in the last minute, and then first minute overtime we win it. Yeah. I don't know. Like Brandon, like they're not they are a good team, but they're not the top of a division anywhere. They're not the highest ranked team in the league, but they have our number.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they always seem to play the Tigers well.
Yeah.
Like every time Brandon plays the Tigers, it's like Luka Berzin comes out of nowhere.
That's right.
Not really out of nowhere, because he has like 25, 26, whatever goals. But like he feels like every single game he plays the Tigers, he gets a goal.
Yeah.
And so like to kind of put him a little bit at bay. I think he still scored one, but
yeah.
I mean that's a bigger win, because that's not an easy road trip to make into Manitoba.
No,
I mean,
that's the start
now
of
that
it, right?
you have like
So.
a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Now that Winnipeg's out there, that's tough.
Sogard performed well. First star of the night there, 27 saves. I mean, obviously he let the first 2 in, but the team came back, so it was nice to see him get a little bit more consistent work there. And then Saturday night, last night in Winnipeg, the second half of the back-to-back in Manitoba, they lose 4-1. Should have been a lot closer. They got 40 shots on net, and the performance of Liam Hughes was huge for the Ice to backstop them to that win. So it's hard. I mean, we've had a couple games this season where you get 35, 40-plus shots, and the puck's just not going in. And the goalie, there was a game against, I think it was Everett here at the Canalta Center with Dustin Wolf. Tons of shots.
You.
Me?
With you.
Yeah, I was backstopping the team.
You are Dustin Wolf.
Had it on the Facebook page, and that was a pretty funny comment there by Troy. So I mean, tough way to end the road trip, but getting that puck's on net, and what are you going to do, right?
Well, that's more encouraging to me than anything, is that, you go on the second half of a back-to-back, that's a long trip, and you put up 40 shots. That's more consistent. Because at this point, first place in the division is not happening.
No.
It's just not. And so it's second is possible, I guess. It can happen.
Back, I think.
I think, 4 now after today, I think.
Because last beat Calgary, is what you're saying? Yeah.
So I think it's 4 points back of Lethbridge for second. That's doable, but it's at this point now, it's just about having consistent effort and consistent games. You're probably not going to get caught by Calgary for third, because I'm assuming you're not going to lose every single game down the stretch. So it's just if you can trend in the right direction now, is the most important thing. So that's nice to see, back-to-back good efforts.
Yeah, absolutely. Hamlin up to 32 goals on the year. He had 2 goals here on the weekend, 1 in each game. That's fantastic.
He's really good.
Making his claim. Upwards of 40 probably. I think 40 is probably a given.
Yeah.
Bar an injury, knock on wood, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, fantastic season there from Captain Hamlin. And the upcoming schedule: Tuesday, at home against the Regina Pats. Saturday in Edmonton, another tough division game. And then the rare Family Day Monday game.
Great.
Against the Winnipeg Ice, 2 o'clock start at the Canalta Center. So
wonderful.
Be listening to Bob Ridley for that one. Or
just
go visit.
Come,
yeah. Actually, that's
better idea.
I don't know why I even said. I mean, Bob's fantastic, but head down to the Canalta Center.
Yeah, but better idea. Just be at the game.
Yeah, just do it.
Just go to it.
Just watch.
Where's our goaltending lining up for that one? For those 3. So interesting move that we kind of went over is that Guerin got the start on Wednesday against Prince Albert.
Yes.
So,
which means he got the second half of the back-to-back there against Winnipeg.
Yeah,
so
2 out of
who starts
3.
the week is what you're saying.
Yeah, so
who starts versus
Matt
Regina?
wasn't sick that one. Was that a different game I was thinking
I think
of?
you're thinking of a different game.
Yeah.
It was the one I filled in for Jim.
Yeah, no,
I
that was.
think it was the one I
Swift
filled in.
Current the week before.
Yeah, I think he was sick for that game.
Yeah, we questioned it. I remember that pod. But so you hope, now you don't, hope's a strong word, but you predict that Sogard gets it on Tuesday, starts the week. Hence, then Guerin maybe gets Saturday.
Yeah.
Although, do you save Mads for the tougher matchup against Edmonton?
I think they already have a number in mind for each goalie.
Yeah.
For how many games they want to get into. I think they have one to start the season, and obviously that changes, but I think they have an idea of how many starts.
I mean,
each guy's
Sogard
gonna
has
get.
to start, in my opinion, Sogard has to start 2 of these next 3 games. That's just
I would
me.
think.
That's me talking. He's got to get 2.
Right, but you'd think that last week though too, wouldn't
Yeah.
you? Right.
No, absolutely.
So, I don't know. It's been one of the biggest topics of conversation over the past couple of months is who gets the pipes in playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Which is wild to me though, because why? It's not like Guerin's played his way into a spot.
No, and I've always been Guerin is a great goalie and he's got a bright future with this team.
He's gonna have his time.
It's Mads' net, and last year, like we keep saying, it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
It wasn't Jordan's net. It was to start, but
Yeah.
Mads played his way into it.
Yes, he did. So I guess, we'll wait and see. But it should be Mads to lose, but...
Well, I think it still is. I mean, Guerin hasn't played his way in. If Guerin had a goals against under 2 and a save percentage of .930, then maybe we have a different conversation. But, I mean, it's not like he's been stealing games or
they both have been fairly similar numbers-wise. Like you said, they're both under 900.
And so you'd probably just lean, I would assume you lean to experience.
Yeah.
So
100%.
And then if worst comes to worst, you do when you get into a series, you do what Edmonton did last year, where starter gets pulled and then all of a sudden your backup wins you 4 in a row.
Because assuming that we keep true and play Lethbridge, Guerin has done really well against Lethbridge.
Yes, he has. Yeah.
Well,
That'd be interesting.
you know,
I mean, you just
can you put both of them out there?
it could.
Can you go 4 forward or 4 players and 2 goaltenders?
Oh man.
Who knows? Will Kalin Addison want to play? Because that would probably hinge the series. If Kalin Addison wants to play, like that's gonna be a good series.
He was pretty good last year.
Is he? He's back from his suspension, isn't he?
He's playing,
Yeah.
but it's
He
just
got
like
suspended?
Yeah. There was a team suspension, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
for being
Yeah.
a beauty,
I
Yeah.
didn't hear
being
about
a
that.
cool dude.
Yeah. So I didn't know if he was back. I think it was a couple games that he was out, but yeah,
That was a thing.
that was a thing.
I did
So
not see that.
Yeah.
When was that?
Well, can I'll leak a scoop.
yeah,
I think this is reportedly.
allegedly.
Why are
Oh, I apologize. Just touching the
turning
dial.
knobs?
My bad.
So, I heard a story that on a road trip out into Saskatchewan, I don't really know where. I don't remember.
Somewhere in Saskatchewan.
I don't remember. But Kalin Addison kicked out his roommate that he was bunking with and hooked up with some girl. And the team was like, that's not cool.
That's so cool.
And so, like, it's the coolest thing ever. But then so he got like a couple of games and the team just said it was like illness or
There's
something.
an illness.
But that's why.
DMP illness.
Was it an actual illness?
Well, it might have
Yeah.
been a little blood work happening.
Oh.
But yeah, so
You never
apparently
know what those
I
Saskatchewan
almost forgot
girls.
that was a thing. But yeah, I got that text probably I don't know.
That was about a week ago.
a week or two ago.
He scored in Calgary today. So
Okay, so he's back.
And
Everything's
not that type of scoring.
Well, he
The
might
other
have.
type of, he actually
might
scored
have.
a goal.
It's possible. He very well could have.
know.
That's probably a day trip up to the Calgary though. That's not an overnighter.
Yeah, well, no, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, maybe. Anyways, that.
Who knows anymore? Maybe it was.
It's all allegedly. We don't know.
Yeah. I wanna
We're
know
just an amateur sports podcast.
I want to know the roommate.
Yeah.
I know who that was. That's the real
yeah,
beauty
we
of
can-
this story.
We can
But I will
maybe
like,
ask your
snitch.
source.
I'm not afraid to put out there. Like I know there's a lot of. I hear a lot of stories about Kalin Addison.
Yeah.
I hear a
Yeah.
lot of stories.
Just a
about him.
beauty.
Well,
No,
some interesting.
There's
things,
some other
yeah.
stuff. Yes.
Some interesting things.
Let's switch to the National Hockey League.
I don't hear interesting things about them. I don't get leaked things.
No, we
Wait,
listen
can we
to.
talk about WHL for a second?
Oh, do you have? Yeah, I mean, I left it blank, but do you have some news and notes?
No, I got nothing.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good.
let's go to NHL.
Nice.
Is that
Nice.
why you wanted
I
to?
need it for the video, for the graphic.
Oh yeah. Just jump over quick.
There's nothing really talking
No,
about
you won't
WHL.
even need to put up a little header there.
Oh,
It's in there now.
Oh,
it's
my-
in there now.
We just did it.
Okay.
all you need to know
NHL.
in the
So
WHL.
will it go from NHL back to WHL to NHL?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do it.
you'll flip it up. Maple Leafs fans are panicking, and for obvious reasons. Their goalie Freddie Anderson is out with a neck injury. They don't have a backup, or at least they didn't have a backup prior to the trade middle of this week with the LA Kings. Jack Campbell and Kyle Clifford come to Toronto for, I always get the Moore. Was it Trevor Moore?
Trevor, yeah.
Trevor.
Someone said Dominic. I'm like, that guy's not even playing in the
Definitely
league.
not Dominic Moore.
So it was Trevor Moore, and I think
Although
two.
he might be on their LTIR.
I know he
Yeah,
did
it's
play
very
for the
possible.
Leafs at one
Yeah.
point, but
He would
very
pick up
possible.
no
two
more
other.
than,
Two
no more than a 7th rounder would Dominic Moore
That's
pick up.
well, you never know.
So 2 third-rounders also go to the Kings there. Any thoughts? I mean, the Leafs are trying to play catch-up in that division with the likes of Boston and Tampa and Florida, and it's a tough division all around.
They're in
And
trouble.
yeah,
They're in trouble.
and without Riley, they're still without Riley. I've heard very little about Tyson Barrie. Is that dude injured as well, or is he just not playing well? Their big D acquisition.
I mean,
from
you
Colorado.
probably could have looked that up before you just throw it out there.
I should
Colby.
have,
That's
but
good.
I thought 2 esteemed gentlemen like yourself would
No,
maybe
I
have some more.
don't break down Tyson
Oh,
Barrie very much.
That's okay. Well,
No, he's playing
Number
still.
94.
So
Yeah.
he sucks, yeah. That whole D is bad. I mean, the only bright spot is Matthews potting 40 so far. and on his way to a potential Rocket Richard trophy. But
I mean, Marner's still over a point per game.
Nylander's doing all right too.
You're right. There's some more positives than that.
They just can't play defense, and they don't have a goalie.
Which has been the story for the last 5 years.
The Medicine Tigers.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's a very similar comparison, except we don't have Michael Hutchinson. Thankfully.
No.
Or what about Kaskasoo?
Casimir
Kaskasuo. No, that's the Beckett Lanko. He's gonna come up.
Don't do Beckett like that. Beckett's gonna be so much better than Casimir Kaskasuo.
Yeah, they're a little bit in
I'm
trouble.
so excited for Beckett
he's
Lanko.
still on this.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
Talk about hyping a goalie up like Garen. You're hyping up Beckett.
He should win goalie of the year this year, and he's not even playing a game.
Wow.
Like, he's that good. God, he's good.
Good.
So Boston and Tampa Bay are a little bit out of reach, I'd say.
Yeah.
For Toronto?
Yeah.
So they got either a wild card or they beat Florida.
And Florida's been good recently.
And Florida, I was watching a video that basically broke down all the like the non-playoff opponents that teams have to play for the rest of the season. Florida's like way up there. They have
soft schedule.
Very few. Yes. So they're. I don't know if you read the numbers and you believe in that kind of stuff. There's a lot of wins there.
Well, they started off rough. Like Bobrovsky was bad, and now he's turned the corner, and the whole team has turned the corner. And guys like Barkov and Huberdeau are leading the offensive charge, and Ekblad's been good on D, and they're playing well. So it's a very tough division, and each game, even Montreal, like the way their injuries have shaken out, they're still playing competitive. They still got Price back there, and Petrie and Weber and all those.
Petrie,
he's going to be
what a man.
Maybe a hot commodity come trade deadline time. In just a couple
I thought we'd
weeks.
say that, to be
I know,
honest.
but he's putting up the points.
Right. I know, it's just I think when you just think of people and then they get stuck into one frame of thought that you have of them for the rest of your life, no matter.
Are you thinking of Petrie from Edmonton? That's all I think of Petrie.
I think turnover machine Petrie from Edmonton.
Yes.
Couldn't play in his own end, couldn't play in the other team's end.
Right.
Was just a guy.
Yeah.
But now he's good.
Yep.
It's hard to wrap my head around.
Figured it out.
Opportunity.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Big Dustin Byfuglien and the Winnipeg Jets are nearing a contract termination. It looks like he's not going to be playing, not just for the Jets, maybe for any team this year.
That's great news for the Jets.
Get out from this $7.2 million contract.
Get somebody. Yeah.
Actually, add some depth. Because
get somebody.
They've been playing well. Hellbuck's been playing at a Vezina level, and they're scoring. Like Kyle Connor has been fantastic this year.
Yeah.
Those first couple lines for sure. And it would be nice to add to that D-core that's been not only ravaged by injury, but before the season didn't have half their D-core with any NHL experience.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I can't remember who said it, but I heard there's a couple guys on the Sabres blue line that might be out there now. Like Rasmus Ristolainen's one of them.
Yeah, he's been out there for a while.
And so it's the Jets could go get somebody like that with Byfuglien's money.
Yeah.
Because, they're going to spend to the cap. They're going to make a move for some kind of defenseman when they get out from Byfuglien.
Bring back Tyler Myers.
I don't know that's going to happen.
Vancouver likes him too much. I know. I was just joking. This is a joke.
Remember when that contract happened for Tyler Myers and everyone thought that was silly?
Yep.
I said that's actually a pretty good deal.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. I hate to pat myself on the back, but
you love it.
I do. That's why I brought it up.
They got some prospects too that they could let go. I know that Christian Vehviläinen.
Oh, I've heard of that name.
Yeah.
No,
he sounds he's from Finland.
Yes,
that's definitely a Finnish name.
Young guy that could definitely bring in anybody. Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's also is prorated the right word? You're getting $7 million, but it's also half a season, so you can go get anybody. You can get a $10 million contract because it's only half a season, right?
Right.
You can go get anybody.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Don't know exactly how that works.
There are teams, especially with the guys on long term, where if they're injured basically all of the regular season, they could be activated for the playoffs, and then there's no salary cap in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So basically you can have an $85-90 million cap hit with all these guys, kind of like what the Blackhawks did a couple years ago with Patty Kane. He was out, didn't play much of the end of the regular season, came back for game 1 of the playoffs, along with all these guys they acquired at the trade deadline.
Well, that's the situation the Leafs are in right now, because they don't know what to do. Because they don't know if they can afford to go get somebody with the money that Riley has on LTIR.
Right.
Or if he's going to come back, because then they can't go and get anyone. But
if you don't make the playoffs, then what's the point, right?
But then if you go and get someone, then he has to wait till the end of the regular season.
Yeah.
And you're golfing in April. And it's just an awkward situation.
It's very,
Kyle. Poor Kyle Dubas.
Yeah.
Just struggling.
Wonder Boy will be just fine. He'll get this ship turned around. Maybe next year.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't care.
Jumbo Joe Thornton hits 1,500 career points, all with the San Jose Sharks. That's wrong. He was with Boston for a time, too.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember that trade vividly. I was watching on TSN, and they legit cut out of a game. I think it was I don't know why I was watching like a Buffalo Sabres Ottawa Senators game.
It's a big game then.
That was a big game back then.
With like Danny Heatley and Daniel Alfredson, and they cut to Gordon.
Daniel Briere.
Danny Briere.
Man, he was good.
Maxima Finneganov.
Oh yeah, Thomas Vanek.
But they cut to just a cold shot of Gord Miller. I thought someone had died, but he was breaking the Joe Thornton trade with like Marco Sturm and whoever was included in that trade. Anyways,
you know what did die? His Stanley Cup hopes.
Oh, he might get traded.
He got close.
Might find his way onto a contender now.
Not close enough, I know.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Like who? Toronto?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I know that he's going to be out there.
I don't think he's
might get traded.
No.
Yeah. I mean, because if you're the Sharks, why wouldn't you want to move him into a spot where he can have a chance at winning something?
Yeah, give up a first-round pick while you're at it, too.
Okay, that might be a little rich. I mean, maybe you could be like, hey, he has 1,500 career points.
Like San Jose loves throwing away first-round picks.
No, they do.
That they're nothing.
They do.
And there's
they have no value in the first-round picks.
And now Ottawa's going to win the Cup in 4 years.
They value 7th-round picks. They like to test their scouting department.
Yeah.
Hurdle, that loss of Hurdle hurts them tremendously. The Hurdle hurt.
Yeah,
real.
Captain Tkachuk, they've...
That's true.
And Carlson, that won't sit out, but is definitely injured.
Oh my god. He
Yeah.
can't skate backwards.
No.
He still can't.
We talk about him like
Every week.
every other week. at
Every
least.
week.
Throw him up on forward.
Oh, like, could you imagine?
Yeah.
He'd be so dynamic.
Yeah.
Didn't they do that? I just saw the guy scored a hat trick this week.
Oh, Mark Pysyk.
Mark Pysyk,
Who's
former
like the
Edmonton
most-
Oil King.
The most defensive defenseman ever.
But he scored a hattie
He
as a
is.
forward.
They throw him up on offense, yeah.
That's impressive. Yeah, why not? Like,
I didn't see that, and then I saw his first goal. I was like, "Oh, that's weird for him to be that far up." And then I
Yeah.
saw the second goal. I was like, "You're not playing your position." And the third goal, I'm gonna. There's something.
you got
wrong
a
here.
one-timer in the slot. I'm like, wow, this dude
Like on a
just
breakaway, it's like you have not passed your own blue line. Like,
Like, does
that's
that
how
match his
defensive you are.
career goal mark?
It's gotta be.
Like, did he
With the
have
Oil
3
Kings too,
before?
probably.
Like, I don't know if he had 3 before that Hattie game. Anyway,
Yeah, no, it's tough.
Joe Thornton could be traded, just saying.
We'll keep an eye on that. I think the deadline is the 24th, so
Something like
2
that.
weeks from tomorrow. We're recording this on Sunday, but I guess 2 weeks from today when we release it. Anywho, the Battle of Alberta, we've been off and we haven't been able to talk about this. Flames, Oilers, and Tkachuk versus Cassian was all the rage for basically 2 weeks.
Yep.
Heading into AllStar break, and Draisaitl playing with Tkachuk, and some of the highlights from the
That was
AllStar
great.
game.
That was wonderful.
It was fun to see them
like
do a
that.
little back pass to each other, but like Tkachuk answering the bell there in Edmonton. Arguably, did he have to, or could a guy like Lucic or Ronaldo answer it for him?
Can I brag about myself again?
You can brag about yourself again.
Like, also remember when I said Tkachuk would have fought Cassian in that time? Like, because, well, I don't know, like, in the time where he threw that hit, and I was like, okay. Because everyone was like, well, Tkachuk would never fight Cassian. I was like, no, he would have. But they were also tied.
Yeah.
And Tkachuk knew they were going to be getting a power play, so he just left it.
Mm-hmm. Because he's smart.
Because he's smart.
He's smart.
So yeah, of course he has to fight him at some point. And like Cassian said as much that he wanted to fight him earlier, right?
Yes.
So
Right off the opening face-off, basically.
of course,
This was your perfect WWE script. Your
Really was.
storyline.
really was.
It's like the old Tkachuk Doughty. They drag that out every time that
Yep.
Calgary plays, and it's just like, come on, give it a break. Like
Yeah.
that happened a year ago. Like,
Well, those guys won't ever fight. Like,
No.
Doughty's not a fighter.
yeah. So it's just like, they're just blue balls in us with that one. But this one was perfect. You know, you set it up. get a climax, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you get that fight, and then it's over with. They're done. They respect each other. That's the perfect way to do it.
You had the pre-fight match there with Monty and Nuge.
Yeah.
That was unexpected. That was a nice
Yeah.
little happy.
Yeah.
The non-fighters going at it.
That's your
Nugent Hopkins.
That was your
is so
foreplay?
annoying.
that's your four.
That's your foreplay.
That's your fight before the main event at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
That's
true.
That's it.
I just didn't realize how much of a pest Nugent Hopkins has become. Like,
Well, you
if-
have
just
to, right?
watch any given Oilers games. He's two-handing somebody every shift. Like, at least once a shift.
Yeah.
He's hacking somebody. I don't know when this happened, but I like it. Even though I guess he kind of beat Monahan in the fight. Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't really know who
Good
won
scrap,
that fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good
it was better than I expected.
A lot of pushing.
The expectation was low. I mean, Monahan, he set it up perfectly because his visor was sitting on top of his fucking helmet like it always is, so Nugent didn't have to worry about cracking his hands open.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great. Also, why does Monahan do that with his visor? How is that legal? Can we just talk about that for a second? Have you never seen Monahan's visor?
Keep it up that high?
Oh, it's like a PK2
It
band?
basically sits on the back of his head.
Well,
It basically isn't there. It's tilted so far up. It's like he's just worried about the glare from the lights.
maybe. I don't know.
Like,
Or are you
it's
saying
just-
it should be illegal? Because you can just not wear a visor.
Can you? I think you have to wear a visor.
No. Ryan Getzlaf doesn't wear a visor.
Maybe it's a grandfather thing, where if you're in the league, once you retire, then nobody knew. I think
Because at that point,
visors. Yeah,
what would be the
visors,
point of wearing a visor?
visors
It
have
looks
to be.
cool. It looks cool.
I don't know. I thought that everyone
Yeah,
had to wear it.
Well, they don't
Maybe
even.
not.
They can't. Like
No.
Ovechkin used to wear the tinted visor, right?
bad
Remember as a
ones.
rookie, and you can't tint
Is
anymore.
Anze still? No. Or you can't do it anymore? Anze
Oh, it's a good point.
I think they
Oh,
are
cool.
tinted still because Pasternak has one.
All right,
Jeez.
And they're
All
sick.
the cool kids.
man. Yeah.
If you tint your visor, you're getting 40 goals.
At
That's how
least.
that is.
Except
But if you tint your visor, you have to get 40 goals.
Yeah. You get
if
39.
Well, Kopitar's never hit 40,
Oh yeah, but he's earned it.
but he's Slovenian, so
Yeah, he's earned his tinted visor.
yeah. No, he's been a good player.
Hey, Anze, don't tint your visor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He doesn't understand.
Yeah. It's true. It's very true.
Speaking of Ovechkin, he's up to 40 goals on the year. Chasing the guys like Pasternak and Matthews we mentioned earlier. That Rocket Richard race is going to be very interesting. See, I mean, 50 is arguably in question for all three. It's been a long time since I think more than one player has even hit 50 in a season.
Yeah, I don't know.
And we even could. We can get three guys
It's true.
potentially. So it's very interesting to see that down the stretch. And as a Flames fan, hate to see this news. Mark Giordano on the IR with I seen the play. So he was hitting a one-timer,
Yeah.
and the knee came out from under him, or he was trying to shoot it from his knee.
No, he
It was on the sideboard there.
He basically had to stretch out because he needed leverage to
Okay.
shoot the puck because it was kind of out in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
So he just went to shoot it, and his legs didn't like where they were going.
Just popped.
more
Something
or
popped.
less. More or less.
Why not pop? But
Yeah.
yeah, it's bad, and he's week to week, so that's a big loss there on the blue line.
Oof.
But they
Oof.
said that they got lucky, right? They could have been a lot worse.
Probably, yeah. It could have
Yeah.
been an ACL or an MCL or
Yeah.
I think it's a hammy. So yeah, hammies are sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Done with the NHL?
I think so.
I have another little topic we can talk about.
Okay.
It's not WHL.
Splice it in.
The AHL.
Yeah.
What happened with Brandon Manning and Bakanji Imama?
Okay.
Racism, and then that
Yeah.
ended in a fight. Did you
I
guys
did see
that?
this
I
yesterday.
don't know. We don't have to go on this forever, but holy,
Oh,
I
Brandon, man.
He
do not
he took a beating though.
Take out McDavid, and then you're racist. You might as well stop
Yeah.
life.
And isn't he on $3 million?
Probably, yeah. They
He's
They
on
stuffed him in the A.
traded him
Yeah.
for Drake Kajula, who's actually an alright player.
He's on a ridiculous amount of money.
Jeez. And then he's just
He's just a bad person.
being racist down there, and
Yeah,
then
well.
getting beat up.
He deserved the
As he
beating.
should.
He deserved the beating.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. I didn't even think about that
I
one.
like it.
What about their All-Star skills competition?
Yeah.
And the hardest shot record got broken
Martin Ferk?
by Martin Ferk.
Stupid.
Yeah.
That's broken.
109 miles an hour.
Broken.
That's
Lance
good.
thinks the gun was totally jacked up.
They had to be,
Yeah.
I think. Or
Second place was 108. That's not true.
That would explain a
You
lot
sounded
more.
so
though.
legit there.
Yeah, no.
That would explain a lot more. Like instead
Maybe.
of getting the blue line start, they got a red line start. Maybe that was it. He got to
Yeah.
build up more speed
The
into
other
the
end.
shot. Yeah.
The other side.
Yeah, the other blue
200
line.
start.
And maybe that was.
Just start from the Zamboni entrance.
Maybe that did it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
To say. And also, I noticed they, from the NHL to the Tigers comp, I noticed the difference is that like the NHL they shoot their hardest shot closer to the net than the Tigers did. So you should change that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it
Yeah.
was. It felt like it was closer. Maybe they just shoot really hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a
I
an
could have
age and development
Could have swore they were closer though.
type deal, but
I think so.
We should just put it like on the top of the crease.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
like Golden Tee, just
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore, yeah, basically.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, there's your age.
All right.
For the week.
Splice that in.
Yeah.
The NBA trade deadline was this past Thursday. There was a lot of trades. We're not going to go through them all.
No.
But what I'm going to do is, on my list, I have for you gentlemen, I have 7 that I calculated. Is there one each that you want to dive into and give your thoughts on? We'll start with Lancelot.
I think none of us understand the Andre Drummond trade.
No, that was the one that we talked
We
about in the
talked
group
about this,
chat.
yeah.
I'd say
So,
it makes a lot of sense.
Andre Drummond, arguably, he could have been an all-star this year. He wasn't, but
Yeah.
he has in the past. Puts up some good numbers on a really bad Detroit Pistons team. Where is it? Number 4. Oh, it's number 4 on my list. He got exchanged to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who don't need a center,
Nope.
albeit. They're trying to actually trade one of their good forwards in Kevin Love.
Yep.
But they exchanged John Henson, former Pistons guard Brandon Knight, and a second-round pick. Not even a first-round pick,
Yep.
but a second-round pick.
Sounds like they got a plumber, an electrician, and a pick.
Like,
Henson and Knight.
that's a log group.
Sounds
We
like
always go log group,
The
but
dynamic duo.
that is a log
Um,
group.
like Cory even mentioned in the group chat, like if this was the package that Cleveland gave up for a guy like Drummond, why wasn't some more
Like every team
big
in on
hitters in on this?
Yeah.
Now, what I kind of read into is basically Drummond has a $28 million player option for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit doesn't want him to exercise that option. So they got rid of him, A, to save money, B, so that he's not on the books, like I mentioned. And basically Cleveland is taking a flyer, hence why the package going back to Detroit is not nearly as high as it could have been. So basically it's a cap dump,
I
and
appreciate all that research. Still makes no sense to me. I don't get it.
and Cleveland is taking a flyer.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
It'll never make sense to me.
Basically, Cleveland could be turning into the new Detroit because
Yeah.
Detroit had Blake Griffin and Drummond,
Yeah.
and now you got replaced Griffin with Love, and you could have a Love Drummond duo if you
and Tristan
resign him.
Thompson somewhere.
Well, yeah, Tristan Thompson now gets relegated to the bench role,
I
but
guess
yeah,
so.
very weird trade, and that was something we had a lot of question marks about.
Why,
Yeah, go
I
ahead,
don't know
Cory.
how the cap really works. Like I kind of do a little bit. I played NBA, the video game, a couple years
Nice.
ago.
2K.
I won a couple championships.
Good for you.
Oh, shoot
Good for
13
you.
threes?
Yeah. So why wouldn't a team like Golden State go for him? Because they're loading up for next year. Wouldn't he
Yes.
be a big? Would it be too much on the books? Maybe.
Well,
Because when it comes to free agency, there's a lot of value in having the player, right? Like you can go over it if he's your player. Like
Yes.
you can't go into free agency and get a.
right.
Does that make sense?
No, absolutely does.
Okay.
Yeah, bird rights.
Yeah.
So basically, if he's your own guy for a certain amount of time, you can go over the salary cap and re-sign your own players. It makes it more incentive-wise for the franchise to do that.
Because I mean, like next year, like everybody's back, and then you could add in Drummond because they're probably looking for a center, and then you get the first over one of the top picks.
You're gonna have a great pick next year, yeah.
If the asking price was so low, I wonder.
That's a good point. I mean, they made their trade, bringing in Andrew Wiggins from Minnesota. The D'Angelo Russell era was never going to be super long. He was the ultimate trade piece because when Kevin Durant left Golden State, he told the organization, hey, you better trade me for somebody. I'm not going for nothing. I need to be worth something. So when it was basically a trade to Brooklyn that got them D'Angelo Russell in the trade back. He was never going to be part of the plans because like you said, Curry and Thompson are coming back next year. Not going to be any room for him. And so they got a guy in Wiggins who can play the small forward position and basically be an ultimate slasher on a team full of shooters and Draymond when
Why
they're
didn't
back.
they get Andre Drummond? That's a great question.
There's your starting five.
That's a
Well,
great question.
they've never, even in the eras of this Golden State dynasty, they've never had a decent center.
Timothy
Right.
Mozgov.
But, yeah, that's
well,
it.
Mozgov played against them for the
But it's
Cavs.
like-
I don't think he ever played for the
No, who am I thinking of? No, the Australian. Fuck.
Bogut. You're
That's
thinking of
what I'm thinking
Bogut.
of.
But it's
Yeah.
just like, if you're moving D'Angelo anyway,
hmm
I'm sure
Get a
the
center
Pistons
for it?
would have took him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're the Cavaliers, you probably could have got Drummond in a first for D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
At the rate that was going. Because, I mean, that move
That's a
is
great
so
point.
big. Like, if Drummond was on the Warriors, that would be terrifying. Because, like, just think of all the offensive rebounds he'd be pulling down.
Yep. From all these shooters.
Like, oh my God.
It's a great point. I didn't even think about that.
I don't think Golden State did either.
No,
Because if they would have, I think they would have done it. That's a good point.
it's a great point, actually.
I like that.
Because didn't Golden State get a center last year? That was like a well-known center. Or am I
wait,
thinking of the Lakers?
Oh,
Maybe?
well, it wasn't. No, because DeMarcus Cousins.
Cousin.
Was it Cousins? Did his cousin play for the Warriors? No.
What? Am I,
What the hell are we talking about?
DeMarcus
The Golden
Cousins.
State.
No, I think you're right.
The Warriors had a center last year that like.
The big name.
That came for the minimum
Yeah.
just to win a championship.
It was
and then
DeMarcus
you,
Cousins.
you
It was
boys
DeMarcus.
in the six.
Yes.
But DeMarcus
So-
Cousins was hurt to start the
Then-
season.
Right.
No,
but he
you're
was
right,
there
though.
In the playoffs though, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know why I brought this up.
No, but it's a
like,
I
great
don't know
point.
either.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like they have had good centers
Yes. One
One
memorable name.
and Timothy Mozgov.
No, not
Yeah.
Bogut.
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 Yes.
No Mozgov. Okay, quickly, another big trade. Andre Iguodala gets out of Memphis. He
I
got
thought
his
we got to
wish.
pick.
What's that?
I thought we got to pick. I thought we got one each.
Oh, well, you're
Wasn't
right.
that your
I think
pick?
you kind of talked about Andrew Bogut.
Was that my pick?
Okay, don't talk.
I'm
What do you,
so
what
drunk
trade?
right now.
What trade would you like to talk about?
I don't know. Let's talk about the. Oh, I guess
All
we
right,
just talked
Colby,
about the
your
Golden
turn.
State one. You do one.
Okay,
Yeah.
Andre Iguodala gets out of Memphis. He got his wish. He's going to a contender. It's the Miami Heat, and there was a very confusing trade because there was multiple names out there: Justice Winslow, Deion Waiters, James Johnson,
Yeah.
a lot of names. Solomon Hill, Jay Crowder, and then right away Miami signs him to a 2-year, $30 million deal, which includes, I think it's a team option. Basically, if they don't get another star player to pair with Jimmy Butler and that crew next year, or is it 2021? One of these years, Iguodala is giving them the cap flexibility to make that move. He's giving them an out, basically. Don't really know how it works, but it's
Very nice of him.
something like that.
Yeah.
So Iguodala is going to be making a stretch run for them. And now, Cory, do you have something?
I don't know.
No.
Does Lance get a trade?
Well, you never even got your own.
I know. What one did Lance get?
He talked about the Andre Drummond
I
trade.
just want.
Did you black out for a second?
Let's talk about.
What about the big 4-team trade? You want to dive into that one?
I want to do this random Sixers one.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just some bench shooting and scoring.
Yeah.
Okay, break it down for
That's
us.
the real one.
Okay.
There, Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson III from Golden State for 3 second-round picks. That's the trade of the deadline.
One of them being the Toronto Raptors' second-round pick. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, on to you. I love that trade. I got up out of bed and I was like, that's the trade of the day.
You any more to add? I just want to touch on the 4-team trade. This is the last one I'll talk on.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
nothing.
Okay. The 4-team
I'm just
trade
waiting.
from Tuesday. 12 players, 2 picks. The biggest trade in the NBA since 2000 when Patrick Ewing went to the Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah, it's hard to
That's
do.
what I have down there.
NBA is always good for some.
A
wild
4-teamer
shit.
is ridiculous. Like, I mean, the main players, Houston gets Robert Covington, so they get a player that fits alongside their 6'6" and under lineup that they're going to play for the rest of the season. They're not playing with a center.
Nope,
They're
can't do
playing
it.
with PJ Tucker, who is 6'6" as their center.
Yeah, well, it's
and
big
just
to
gonna-
me, but maybe not. Maybe not in the NBA.
No, not
No.
in the NBA. They're going
No.
to get destroyed by Jokic and guys like Anthony Davis in the playoffs.
Timothy Mozgov.
And Timothy Mozgov,
all
if he ever
those
comes
guys.
back.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so Houston gets Covington. Atlanta gets Clint Capella, which is very interesting for the likes of Trae Young and John Collins. They're young players. because Collins now has to switch to a new role, being a kind of a stretch 4 player instead of a rolling 5. And Denver gets some players. Minnesota gets a first-round pick, which is going to be key in their development.
I like that. Denver gets some players.
Well, they just add some guys to their bench. They got a Houston first round.
They got Shabazz.
I don't even think Shabazz is staying with that team.
No.
A lot of these trades feature guys that get waived immediately.
Yep.
So that's just part of the deal. It's really, they're not staying for too long, but they have to be matching salaries. So that's the one thing. Basically, a lot of trades happen, and a lot of guys got moved.
Yep.
The Clippers were kind of the only big team. Like, no Lakers trades, no Bucks trades. The Raptors didn't do anything, but the Clippers made that trade for Marcus Morris out of New York Knicks to get a guy for... Probably he's going to go to the bench. I don't think he's going to start.
Yeah, that's a good pickup, though.
That's a very good pickup. Canadian Dylan Brooks signed a 3-year, $35 million deal with the Grizzlies. So,
after we talk shit about Iguodala.
Well, he got his wish.
Love it.
Going to maybe play them in a playoffs. I don't know.
I guess.
No, that won't work unless it's an NBA final matchup.
Hey, you never know.
Doesn't work.
Could happen.
Dylan Brooks, the 3rd-ranked Canadian, according to TSN.
Yes.
See that?
Like in the NBA, yeah.
Past Andrew Wiggins.
He's past Andrew Wiggins.
I don't know. It's like a thing that they roll every week or two.
I think Wiggins would still be 2. Oh, I guess maybe Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is up there now.
Yeah.
And then Jamal Murray. Wow, so Wiggins drops to like 4?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever
That's huge.
TSN knows.
Nothing.
We know sports. Nikola Jokic, we just mentioned him. He's my MVP favorite. Don't think he's going to win anymore. But he's the 9th player in NBA history to have a 30-point, 20-rebound, 10-assist line.
He's good.
Very good. And
he's going to carry the Jazz to the NBA final.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
We both have some vetted interest in this team. He started really shitty in November. But as soon as the calendar turned on November, he actually plays like an all-star now. So he's been good. The Raptors, they've been so fun to watch. 14 straight wins. Franchise record.
It's not 15, I don't care.
You want a nice, solid number?
And then if they get 15, I don't care. Get 16.
Last night's win against the Nets was very entertaining. Came down to the last possession.
It's a couple close ones they had.
They have. Well, they squeaked out the one in Indianapolis against the Pacers. That was fun. And, very interesting stuff there in Raptors land. And just quickly, Damian Lillard, just the other night had that goaltending miscall and arguably should have got the basket, and the refs actually called it and said they screwed up. But prior to that game, over 45 points a game for like 2 weeks straight now. So
he's been really good.
He's doing some big time things.
Yes, he's good.
And the Blazers are winning. We haven't even touched on the Super Bowl from last week.
Oh, right, that happened.
That was a 31-20 Chiefs win. Mahomes wins Super Bowl MVP. Does anybody have an issue with that MVP?
Not really.
Should have gave it to the Canadian.
Yeah.
That's our boy, whatever his name was.
Tardif?
Laurent.
Yeah.
Anybody thought Damian Williams should have won, though?
No. Meh.
No, meh. I don't know who we're talking about.
The running back who got for the first time, the running game was actually good, and he got 100 yards plus and a couple touchdowns. And you tell me just because Mahomes played good for the last 5 minutes, he wins an MVP in his name?
Yeah, because Disneyland wants Pat Mahomes in Disneyland and not Damian Williams.
Yeah.
He sounds like Kermit, too.
It's true.
Like when he talks?
Yeah.
You hear Kermit in that?
I don't know.
I hear it a little bit.
He's got a weird voice.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Chiefs come back from 10-plus points down for the 3rd straight playoff game.
I almost had you guys.
We went through our picks.
I had the 49ers.
Yeah. We were all right around that point total, though. But to your credit, Cory, you did pick the correct color of Gatorade poured on Andy Reid.
Nice.
You picked orange.
Yeah, I did.
Good pick.
And I was right. Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay.
We went through it. I went back and checked.
So do I win.
You get to pick first again next year.
Yeah. All right.
We'll do it again.
We'll do it again.
Halftime show. J-Lo, Shakira. Any?
Loved it.
What was that?
What? Were you hungry? I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I was.
I think he was hungry.
You're hungry for something.
Yeah.
The dancing was cool. A lot of different moves.
I haven't watched many Super Time half-fulls. Super Time half-fulls.
I think a lot of people were tongue-tied after watching it.
Exactly. I'm just thinking about it right now. But has there been anything really like that?
Yeah, it happens every year.
No.
It's called the Super Bowl halftime show.
No,
and it's a yearly thing.
Half-full. terms of like two very
Prominent women?
yeah.
Well, Beyonce hosted, but she had like Bruno Mars and stuff, I believe, was at the show. Katy Perry was by herself.
Yeah. They had there was a good matchup though, those two together.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
And then J-Lo brings a daughter out, and that's a cool little side story. And there's some Spanish, and the one rapper dude that I didn't know. Who was that dude?
I didn't know either of them, but I don't think it's for three white guys in Southern Alberta.
No.
Don't know if that's who the halftime show was for.
You know what it is for us?
The tongue action?
I laughed so
Did you like
goddamn
that?
hard. I like that.
It was very unexpected.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was my favorite part.
that was the best meme
At least-
they've created in months.
Yeah. Like, it was entertaining,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Like I said, it wasn't for me. I gave it like a 6.2 out of 10.
Very specific.
Yeah, well,
One bite, everybody knows the rules.
no.
No?
Don't know what
Okay.
that means.
What?
What?
I thought you gave it like
Pranked you.
I hate him. He's fired.
Who, this guy?
Yeah. He's on
Anyways,
his own agenda.
we'll wrap up with some baseball talk. The super mega 3-team deal that wasn't finally concluded today.
Yep.
It became a 2-team deal between the Red Sox and the Dodgers.
Well, it's
I-
still kind of 3.
No, it's 3.
Kind of 3.
Kind of.
It's just that
Not all together. Separate
they
deals.
kind of made it separate. Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird now.
Mookie Betts and David Price are on the move to La La Land in exchange for Alex Verdugo and shortstop Jeter Downs.
And catcher
So-
There's
Connor
another
Wong.
guy. Yeah.
Oh,
There's a
that's
third guy.
awkward.
Yep. Yeah, there's a third one.
Somebody, his parents, like, this guy's playing shortstop. His first name's Jeter.
Yeah, he was named Jeter because of Derek.
For
Can
sure.
confirm that. Can confirm.
So the big player in this, I mean, Betts is obviously the biggest name.
Yep.
Arguably one of the best players in baseball the last 5 years. His stats say so. But Verdugo is an interesting prospect the Red Sox are getting back to basically fill that outfield spot. He was arguably a top prospect at one point, and he's gotten some major league experience, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, but he was just victim of situation.
with that outfield. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
so many guys.
So what's the thoughts on this one? Like, are the Red Sox out to lunch for dumping salary like this, or are they going to still be competitive? Like, what's
Boston did better now than what the original deal was.
right?
Was that with that bruised Gratterall? That was questionable because that guy's not a fucking starter
Yeah.
and really doesn't carry a whole lot of value. Like, minor league relievers don't really make sense. They don't add to trades. So at first it made no sense.
Mhm.
Now it's a little bit better because they get a catcher, which they kind of need because Christian Vasquez isn't great.
Sandy Leone.
Sadly,
Is he still around?
He's there this year.
Who cares? He's irrelevant.
Okay.
Jeter Downs is good, but I mean, I don't know where he's gonna ever slot in. Like, he's one of those guys that is probably gonna have to learn a new position if he wants to play, because he's not gonna be playing.
How ready is he? Was he playing AAA last year?
Yes,
He was. Okay, so he's fairly close.
I think
then.
so. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
I
just because you play AAA though doesn't mean you're necessarily close. Like, a lot of guys make jumps from AA to the bigs now. Like,
Okay.
it's not,
Minor leagues are really weird like
a
that.
AAA stop doesn't really mean a whole lot. But he's just not going to get a chance to play when there's Rafael Devers and Alexander Bogaerts on the left side.
Yeah.
And then Michael Chavis is still in the mix there, and Mitch Moreland's sticking around. They signed
Chavis
Jose
played
Peraza.
second though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays a little bit of everything.
So they did better though.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to retain half of Price's salary,
Okay.
which I isn't great, but I mean, it's not bad. No, they did pretty well though, all told. Like, if Connor Wong can turn into a guy that can be an everyday catcher for him, then it looks really good, because right now I don't think they have a whole lot else.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good piece of the deal.
I think if you take Trout out of the MLB, Betts is the closest 5-tool guy, or like the best
Oh, yeah.
5-tool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can kind of do everything. I do like Verdugo though. I think
Mhm.
he's underrated. I think
Because he hasn't had a full season, right?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be solid. Boston a little bit. It's a little bit. The New York Yankees are gonna run away with it this year, so
Yeah.
why not kind of hit a little bit of a reset button?
They weren't going to afford Betts to begin with. That was the rumor all summer last year. Was
Right.
Betts was on the outs. He was upset with Dombrowski before he got fired, and I mean it's crazy that it finally happened though. Like I was still shocked to see it.
It's just
to
wild that
the
Boston-
Dodgers of all teams.
Boston still doesn't like. They didn't get a pitcher. They have like 4 starters. Like
Yeah,
like
that's
Nathan
right.
Eovaldi's like their top 2 starter.
Yeah, and they gave away Price, so.
Yeah, like that's the weird thing. Like they might have to go sign Stephen Wright again and get knuckleballs out there for a while. Because like I don't know what else they're gonna do.
Bring back Wakefield, maybe?
Oh
They
boy.
could. Why not?
I look at this Dodgers lineup, and it gives me nightmares. Betts, Muncy, Turner, Bellinger, Pollock, Seager in the 6 hole.
Yep.
Will Smith, don't really know Will Smith, and then Gavin Lux.
Not
They're-
the left-handed reliever from San Francisco.
No,
the
not
other guy.
not the actor.
But Gavin, I mean,
Also that.
Yeah.
damn, like
Yeah, they're good.
that's
Did
a
you-
crazy lineup. Like they have to win.
Yeah.
Like all the pressure now. And with Price in the rotation, with Buehler and Kershaw, like man, it's loaded.
Yeah, they just. I don't know if they're necessarily going to run away with it, though. Like, I mean, they have the benefit of a soft division, so
Oh,
that's
yeah,
always
yeah.
good.
Like
They're guaranteed to.
don't even
Be
bet on
set.
anybody in that division to win the title.
No, but. I mean, they just. I don't know if Price is enough pitching wise, because that's the biggest thing they need is.
And they gave up Ryu this summer.
Yeah,
And Maeda, too.
And Maeda, yeah.
Minnesota.
like they need Buehler, who already had an incredible year last year.
Take
He
another
needs
step.
to take another step.
And Kershaw needs to at least stay where he's at because he took a step down last
Yeah,
year.
he just needs to be healthy.
Yeah.
Like if Kershaw can stay somewhat healthy and you can get like, I don't know, 30 starts out of Kershaw, you can even like restrict him if you have to. Like he just looks like he's starting to come down the other side, but
You could say the same though for Price because Price had some injury troubles with Boston.
100%.
So like, yeah, they need health on their side. But I agree with you. Pitching wise, it's
But they do have a lot of pitching prospects.
yeah,
They just do have a lot of prospects in general. So.
yeah. They've done a very good job of stocking that cupboard when they can trade guys like Verdugo
Mhm.
and they can. I mean, they insert Lux into their lineup at the end of last year, and yeah, he's a very good player from what I can see as well. So
Yeah, I think they have Julio Urias.
Yep.
all right,
He was out of the bullpen a little bit. I think he was one of the
wasn't he the
highly touted starting
domestic
pitchers coming up.
abusers too?
Yeah, he's got a weird eye too.
He wears the
That-
goggles. He's wearing some sort of lenses. But
Did Urias get into that?
the domestic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
He
sure?
got suspended.
Are you sure?
I think it's the same dude.
I don't remember if he did. I just remember he's like 19.
Dodgers
Oh.
Julio Urias won't be charged after domestic violence arrest.
Oh,
Okay.
So
so-
he got arrested.
allegedly.
All right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
He was arrested.
Yeah.
Be better, Julio. Dickhead.
Gonna have an opportunity to.
I mean, I shouldn't say that. He was let go. Never mind. You're fine, Julio.
like the
I
cops
guess,
let him go.
apparently.
the Dodgers didn't let him go.
No.
Okay.
The Dodgers still have him, but then the Dodgers traded Kenta Maeda. Yeah, that's
Weird
him
left eye.
with his goggles.
Got a weird
Oh
left
yeah,
eye.
yeah.
It's closed.
But yeah, then they moved Maeda.
To Minnesota for that reliever slash.
Yeah.
They took him.
Gratterall.
Dodgers took him. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry,
So he went
Dodgers.
to the Dodgers, and then they just didn't send him to.
I see.
See, I was gonna talk a little bit about this when we were talking about NBA, but man, if I was a general manager in one of the sports and there was like a multiple team trade, I would just be so petty and I just keep asking for more stuff because I feel like when you kind of get the blueprint of a trade, like you'll give up another pick or something
Just to
small
make sure it
cost,
goes
like, just-
through?
yeah, because you're like, oh my god, we actually found something that works, and it's like, oh well. I'm gonna need another shortstop
Yeah.
in there or something like that.
Oh
I'd be
my God.
so petty.
100%.
I'd be like, give me a second rounder. Okay, you can give me that. You can push it to a first. What? We're almost here. You might as well give it
You
to
might as well do it now.
Yeah.
Don't want to upset
I'd
the
be
other
so
guys.
petty. I would be the Boston Red Sox. I'd be like, nah, that guy's too fat. I don't like him.
It's true. But it's funny that you say that because that deal took so long to go through, like the Dodgers and Angels deal that was supposed to go through got nixed now.
Yeah.
That's
That didn't
not a
go
thing.
through?
No.
No, the
Josh
Peterson,
Peterson's still there.
Peterson and Ross Stripling is still there.
Oh, I thought that was like a one-off. Had nothing to do with
That
the
came
other
down
That
today.
was apparently the Angels were like there was two stories to it. Either the Dodgers were committed to that trade based off of the original trade and how that shaped up, and now with this new deal, something changed where they didn't want to do it anymore. Or the other thought is that Angels owner Artie Moreno just got tired of waiting and pulled the plug on it. One or the other.
I'd probably pick the latter.
That doesn't make sense for them though, because it's like they would have got Jock Peterson and Ross Stripling. They would have got a starter
which they need.
and a power bat in the outfield.
They could also use.
And like a defensive guy too. Like Peterson's not terrible defensively.
And what are the Dodgers going to do with all these outfielders? Like they need to move to get back.
Peterson's still going to get moved. I think they're still going to work on trading Jock. They can. I don't know if they're going to move Stripling anymore.
Yeah, he might be the keeper.
Just hanging on to pitching probably doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
but with the way social media is nowadays, like I don't know how you could get traded and then now you're not traded and now you're on the team that tried to trade you.
To wait like 3 or 4 days, like we didn't know if this trade was even going through.
Yeah.
And it was like confirmed through with the Angels.
Yeah.
Right.
So Jock, he's probably packing up to move 5 minutes away.
Yeah, literally.
Sunny Anaheim.
But you're probably contacting the Angels players and be like, oh, what's it like in the clubhouse, yada, yada, yada. And then, okay, no.
Yep.
That's not how that goes.
That's
that.
wild.
That's a good,
because
good point.
Peterson would make so much sense in LA, but not happening apparently.
Yeah, because they need another left-handed bat. I mean, Trout, Pujols, Upton, they're all right-handed, so they could definitely use another power bat on the left side.
Hit 250.
Need someone with Shohei.
Yeah.
Is Shohei a switch or is he a left?
I think he's just a lefty.
He's just a left. Yeah, okay.
Definitely left.
I like when I play my baseball video games, we talked about basketball video games.
Yeah.
I like having create a batter as a switch hitter so that I can
it's a strong call.
bat both sides and get the pitcher advantage.
You always get the favorable matchup.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Hit 95 bombs.
95.
Oh, yeah. Hit 500.
How's that fun?
Oh, I destroy bitches. I wreck people's domes. Anyways, that's not the point of this. Anything else? Oh no, I guess one more point, baseball wise. James Paxton, Yankees pitcher, out 3 to 4 months after back surgery. That's going to be another hit for the Yankees, but they are the favorites in the AL East to come out of that one. So I guess I don't even know who would be kind of next in line to bump up in the rotation. Is there anybody that
they got a couple guys
that
they floated in and out last year, like Loaziga and Montgomery were 2 guys that they kind of brought up from the minors. They bring them up, spot start them, send them back down type deal, so they can bring a guy up like that.
You gotta hope that Severino's fully healthy now.
Yeah, like they could get into a tough spot because I mean Domingo Ramon's going to be out for a while.
That's a suspension, right?
Suspension, yeah. And then, like if you have Tanaka or Hap go down, like now if heaven forbid they all go down, then if Severino goes down, like I mean if they lose arms, they could be deep into the minors, but I don't think they're going to have to worry.
They don't got CC. Oh yeah, Garrett Cole. He's the big
Tanaka,
deal. Oh, I forgot about Cole. So so Cole, Tanaka, Hap.
Was Paxton.
Wow. Yeah, no, they're doing it just fine.
Blue Jays' third starter is going to be Matt Shoemaker.
They might have one of the best rotations. I would almost take the Jays rotation over whatever the hell Boston has.
Really?
Just overall depth?
I think so. Like, from 1 to 5, I think they have better starters.
Does Nate Pearson make the jump this year?
He's going to spring training.
He's going to at some point because of, I mean, it's just, he's going to get some kind of...
He's going to get at least a September call-up this year.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, but injuries, it's like, they ran through like 30 pitchers last year.
Yeah.
Like 30 starters. So...
If Shoemaker pulls another Shoemaker, then... Damn, you need another one.
He's even on the team anymore.
They kept him.
All right, well.
Of course.
He was pitching great in the 3 starts before the knee went out.
But like their top 3 would be something like Chase Anderson, Hyunjin Ryu, and Matt Shoemaker. Which might be better than David Price, Nate Eovaldi, or not David Price, Chris Sale, Nate Eovaldi, and whoever the Eduardo Rodriguez, I guess, would be the third. Like that's actually close.
And Tim Wakefield.
Yeah. And Stephen Wright / Tim Wakefield. They can both get signed.
It's a good point.
Just play under one contract.
Yeah, I mean, if Ryu pitches the way he did in Dodgers, like...
He was also on a bit of an innings restriction when he was in LA. Like, up until this past contract year, he had always been restricted a little bit.
Right.
But I'm telling you, the Jays rotation, like, if it stays somewhat healthy, might not be that bad. It's a true story.
I'm not on the bandwagon. just
Well,
yet, but
no. Pitchers and catchers report in, what? How many days?
Like a week or so?
I saw the buses are heading down there. They did the old toot-toot.
Oh, right. It feels like they did that 3 weeks ago.
And I think it was just like
It wasn't even that long.
late last week, yeah.
I feel like it was a long time
yeah,
ago.
pitchers and catchers report like very soon. So we're gonna be getting some spring training ball
Maybe this week.
on Sportsnet, yeah.
Maybe
And,
this week they report.
Then they drag out that for 4 weeks, and then we talk some baseball.
Swing in the drive!
there it is. You're waiting for it.
You expected a lot of Buck Martinez this summer.
Hell yeah.
Coming to a podcast near you.
Hell
Anything
yeah.
else, gentlemen, before we wrap this baby up?
Jeter Downs, they spent most of his last year in High A and had 12 games in Double A.
Wow,
So-
he's
Oh, so
coming.
he's not in triple then.
No.
Okay.
No.
He'll probably
double.
start in Double A and then
Makes the
might get a
jump.
Finish-
call up or two.
finish in the
But he
MLB.
can play second base, so that's probably where he's gonna go.
Well, just one more. You can't believe you didn't fucking include it today. Daytona 500 comes up a week from today.
I saw the
Big.
pole position has been claimed.
Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., fastest on the day. He is pretty quick.
Not Cal Naughton Jr.
No, not Cal.
Okay.
He didn't make it this
All
year.
right. You didn't go fast enough.
No, I think he forgot his invite.
No, what's the drag? What's the shake and bake? You know shake and bake moves.
So, what is this? Michael McDowell. He's plus 100,000.
Okay.
So that means if you put $20 on him, you get 20 grand.
Damn, that's good.
I'm
we
pretty
do it?
sure Michael McDowell, and I don't have it in front of me, I think he runs Daytona really well. Like, I think he's finished like top 5 every year for like 3 or 4 years.
Do you know where he's starting? Is that part
Probably
of the
near
bet?
the back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that part of the bet? He's gonna get caught up in the big one
I would guess near the
on lap
back.
42
But if you want a good value pick,
next Sunday.
Michael McDowell.
Okay.
Because he might just win it. You
That's
never
huge.
know. You never know. So he's a good one.
I miss not seeing Dale Jr. out there.
Yeah, he's not there anymore.
No.
No. What about Cole Custer?
Who's that guy?
I don't know, but he has a fun name.
Like,
Cole Custer.
like, is Bill Elliott's son still racing?
Yeah, oh yeah, Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott?
Yeah, you better believe it. He's a fan
I
favorite.
remember Bill Elliott.
Yeah, Chase Elliott. You a big Chase Elliott guy, Cory?
I love him.
Yeah.
Love him.
Who doesn't?
Is Ryan Newman still around?
Ryan Newman is out there, yeah.
All right.
He's a little slow today. in
Oh, he
qualifying.
should be. Okay.
Yeah, they
Run,
had qualifying today.
run to the top 10.
Top 10 in odds? Or like,
No,
on
like-
the starting grid?
Yeah, do you have the starting grid
I
up?
do not have the starting
Oh,
grid.
okay. Give me the odds. Let's talk odds.
Okay, sure, let's flip back.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to help you out. That's all.
The best odds to win is Kyle Busch.
Okay.
And then Martin Truex is in there.
Oh, Chewy.
Kyle Larson.
Yep.
Money, as they call him.
Really?
Money. Money Larson.
Money Larson.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
Jimmy Johnson.
Oh boy.
He's a plus 5,000.
He's like a 6-time champion.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
One of the greatest to ever do it.
Crazy.
Who do you think's going to win, Cory? Who do you got for the big Daytona 500?
Man,
Yep.
such a big question.
I know.
Is Kevin Harvick? I seen he just signed a new deal. Is he
Kevin
gonna
Harvick's out there, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Kevin Harvick.
I'm
Yeah.
going with Bush. I'm going with the odds.
Which one? Kyle?
Yeah.
There's two.
There's
a
two.
Kurt.
Ah, fuck Kurt.
Yeah, Kurt's been slow.
Yeah.
Kurt's been slow. The thing is,
Kyle's the ugly one though.
Yeah, but
Like, he is not
they're-
a sight for sore
well,
eyes.
neither one of them really are.
Kurt's better.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'll take your word for it.
Kyle's. Yeah, I'm
You're
gonna
not a
say-
fan?
No, I'm gonna say something I'm gonna
Um,
regret. Don't want to do that.
Well, yeah, don't be rude.
Yeah.
Because he'd come fight you. He's a badass.
he's got a very big temper.
But all
No
you need
joke.
to know
He fights people in pit road.
it's a fun race to bet on.
That's right.
Daytona 500. You go and you splash $5 on a few drivers. Don't worry about who's starting near the front though,
No.
because the setups are different. A lot of the guys that finished fast in qualifying today, they set up their cars so that they're fast in qualifying but slow during the race. They just want to start at the front and see what happens. So just splash around. Put $20 out there. See what
Sounds
happens.
good.
All right.
Take Michael McDowell.
Appreciate the odds there.
Yeah, Michael McDowell.
Is that OddsShark or
Michael
Bet365?
This guy, Michael McDowell.
That's who you're going with?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'm a big Michael McDowell guy.
Oh, we got Bush.
Pro gambling podcast here.
We'll come back and
We're very pro.
see if we're pro on that. Okay.
McDowell.
Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/ontheboardpodcast. We're on Twitter @ontheboardpod. And we got a fun episode of Starters coming your way next week. Should be a fun one.
Yeah.
Talking all-star games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Skills.
little bit of a teaser there.
Skills.
So stay tuned
Yeah.
for
With
that.
a Z or a Z, depending where you're from.
We're Canadian, so is it Z? It's JZ.
Was that a question?
Yeah, I Okay, I got
Okay.
What's question? For Lance Dahl, Cory Bukauskas, Colby McKee, signing off. I'll talk to you next week.